Hi, welcome to my channel, Live Documentary. Thank you again for being here today. The story I'm about to share today is a typical example of why we should never give up. No matter what the situation is, no matter where we find ourselves, we should never give up. We should never give up hope. Today I'm going to share a story of how I found myself on the streets, homeless in America. This happened as a result of the time where I had gone home after my first visit. In the first few years of my visit to America, I find myself going back and forth from America to Nigeria because I had my husband and my child in Nigeria. So I usually would travel very frequently. So this particular visit to Nigeria, my husband and I decided, or better still, I wanted to have a second child. And the only way we agreed was that I would get my opportunity at having another child while my husband wanted me to come back to America, which was something I didn't really want to do anymore because I was tired of being separated from my husband and my child. So at the end of the day, we did agree that I got what I wanted and he got what he wanted, which is I get pregnant and then he gets his way by having me come back to America. So I came back to America, and when I came back to America, we had previously had a plan with one of my relatives, which I'm not going to, of course, mention her name. She is a very close, very close relative. But I'm just going to say relative because I would just want to keep this person's identity. So my husband had actually talked with her or spoken with her, and she had agreed that I stayed with her. So of course, when I got to her place, things didn't work out the way it was planned. Or let me say, things never worked out the way it should. So when I got into her place, she wasn't really happy about me staying with her. She wouldn't give me food. She would hide her food stuff. I even remember her brother-in-law. I even remember that she would even ask her husband, her sister-in-laws to take the food away to because I was usually eating most of the provisions that she would have, things like cornflakes, because there was no food in the house. So she would hide the food from me. She would ask her sister-in-law that was in the university to take all the food, even though the sister-in-law is like, oh, I don't want this food. I don't think I need it. She kept on trying to, have her. She would pack the foods and everything. Then she would go in the bathroom. She would remove the bathing soap. She would remove toothpaste. I didn't have no toothpaste. I would take a bath without, a bathing soap. I would brush my teeth without toothpaste. And usually I would go in her kitchen and use salt to brush my teeth. I mean, the treatment was very harsh. And this was someone that is very close to me. You wouldn't even believe it yourself if I told you who this person really is to me. But anyway, this continued and it continued and it continued. And then there was one day, she had just given all the provisions to her sister-in-law, and I didn't have anything to eat. I was so sick. I felt so bad. At this time, I was like around 7 months pregnant. So I went to meet a friend of ours. And this was my last resort. I didn't know what else to do. And I confided in this friend of ours. And what I did was I told that friend that please do not confront this relative of mine. Because if you do, I don't think things will work out well for me. So that particular day, this friend of ours gave me $20 and asked me to just use that $20 for now. I remember Big Mac, the whole meal, being $5 for a whole meal. So I remember saying to myself that I will do a meal a day, one $5 meal a day. And before I will run out of this $20, I would know the next thing I would do. So the next thing I noticed was that I believe a night or two later, the family friend of ours came to the house and she was like, oh, she started addressing the issue with that relative of mine. And I kept on trying to give her a sign that please, please don't do this. Because if you do this, which I also told her when I went to see her in her office, that please do not confront my relative, because if you do, I feel like she's going to throw me out of the house. She said, no, she's not going to throw you out of the house. You are pregnant, for crying out loud. How would she throw you out of the house? So at the end of the day, like I said, she came to the house to talk to my relative. And I was trying to make eye contact and make signs that she shouldn't, try it. But my relative got so mad and said, oh, you ungrateful girl. Why is it that you want to spoil my name? Nobody knows anything about me in America, but you want to spoil my name. And then my relative got really angry and started throwing my things out. So she threw my things in the hall of the apartment and pushed me out. And I kept on trying to push myself back in the door. And I'm like, you can't throw me out. Just give me time to find a place to go. And she was like, never. That is what you get for being talking nonsense about me. That is what you get for trying to tarnish my image and tarnish my name. So I left my things, of course, in the hallway. I didn't know what to do. I stepped out, and before you know it, voila, I'm homeless. So I went on the streets of America with my pregnancy, and I was trying to contact whoever would listen to me. And then later on, I was comfortable enough to tap a lady's shoulder, and I told the lady, hello, hi, please, can you help me? I'm homeless, and as you can see, I'm pregnant.